Do you ever feel like no matter how hard you try, there's just never enough time in the day? Don't worry, I've been there, but what if I told you there are actually very easy habits that could help you reclaim over 20 hours a week? Sounds impossible, right? But stick around and I'll show you how these small changes can make a huge difference. And no, it does not involve waking up at 4 a.m. or giving up Netflix. I mean, that's always an option. Now, a bonus tip, which would need only a second of your time, is subscribing to my channel. It's free, it's quick, and it means I'll pop up in your feed with more ways to make your life a little easier and a lot less chaotic. So go on and smash that button. Starting with number 1. Cinema mode. We've all been to the movies, and when you go to the movie theaters, you put your phone on silent, settle in your seat, and for the next couple of hours, you're completely immersed. Imagine working with the same level of focus, minus the overpriced popcorn. Here's the deal. When you're working, commit to staying distraction-free for at least 30 minutes to an hour. And if it gets difficult to just start, use 5-minute rule. I picked up this rule from Ali Abdaal. It's very simple. Tell yourself to just start for 5 minutes. If after 5 minutes you still don't feel like doing it, you can consider dropping it. But most likely, by the time you realize it, you're in the zone and you would have done a lot more than you thought. During this mode, keep everything you need nearby. A bottle of water, something to snack on, obviously something healthy. I like to snack on apples and salted cashews. And maybe you can play some soft instrumental music in the background. The goal is to create a focused, distraction-free zone where you can get things done efficiently and with better quality. Number 2, create a system. If your day feels like a never-ending cycle of juggling tasks without actually completing any of them, then it's time to create a system. This doesn't have to be complicated. Simply batch your tasks together instead of scattering them across the day. For example, instead of switching between reading, cooking, and replying to emails all within an hour, dedicate specific blocks of time to each activity. Read for 30 minutes, then you can move on to cooking, and then you can tackle those emails. Or whatever order suits your day, you can always read just according to your schedule. You should also consider batching your tasks. It can be very effective for repetitive jobs. This means grouping similar tasks together, completing one batch at a time, and then moving on to the next one. When I started YouTube, I would write, shoot, and edit one video at a time. It was very exhausting and I felt like I was always behind. And for those weeks when I had other plans or other more important work to handle, I'll miss out on consistency on YouTube. So I switched to creating in batches. Now I create an outline for multiple videos in one session, film them all on another day, and save weekends for editing. This way I stay ahead of the schedule, and if something unexpected comes up, I have got content ready to go without sacrificing my consistency. Number 3, avoid work. Now here's the thing. To get more done, you need to stop doing everything yourself. And no, this does not mean procrastinating or scrolling Instagram all day. It means outsourcing or automating tasks whenever possible. For instance, if you're spending hours writing emails or organizing your calendar, let AI tools or automation handle it. If you're struggling with Excel reports, use tech skills from experts to make those reports quicker. You can find a lot of free tutorials on YouTube for almost everything. And if there's a task that someone else can do better or faster, then you should hand it over to them. I'll give you my example again. Editing videos. I used to spend an entire day editing just one video. Not only was it draining, but it also left me zero time to socialize or relax. So after 20 long form videos and around 60 shorts, I started outsourcing my editing. Now, while my editor works on my videos, I can focus on creating more content or actually have a life. The bottom line, focus on the work only you can do and find smarter ways to handle the rest. And hey, if that little nugget of wisdom made you go like, that's actually very useful, well then why don't you go ahead and hit that like button. It's quick click for you, but it makes a huge difference for me. It's basically your way of saying good job. Number 4, multitask. Multitasking has a bad reputation, and for good reasons. Switching between unrelated tasks can wreck your productivity, but if done correctly, it can actually save your time. The trick is to pair a low focus activity with a high focus one. For example, I enjoy watching YouTube videos or listening to podcasts, so I pair that with low focus activities like walking on treadmill or cooking. This way I can stay engaged with the content while taking off the other tasks. Another example is during the work calls where I don't have to turn on my camera, I'll stand up and walk around my room. It helps me to get closer to my standing goal and rack up some steps at the same time while getting the actual job done. The key is to combine tasks that don't require your full attention with something important. That way you're still productive without spreading yourself too thin. These are easy to implement and they don't require you to give up your sleep, fun, or sanity. Now that you have got your time management sorted, click on this video if you're in your 20s. It's packed with advice I wish someone had told me earlier.